Hi, it's Cinnamon. I'm a professional in my early 20s, and today I'm budgeting my first paycheck of September. This paycheck is coming pretty early in the month, and that means September will be a three paycheck month for me. So I'm really excited to see how far I can get this month, but let's just see how far I can get with this paycheck. This is my ready to assign amount. It includes my gross pay, which is without taking out my taxes or other deductions, and it includes over $70 I got in interest from my savings accounts. That number is really, really interesting to me because that's like enough for me to get two meals, and it could have just been in a normal checking account and I would have not gotten that $70. So that is a big like amount for me to get in interest, I feel. I'm not used to getting that much in interest, even though I know it's not keeping up with inflation and all that stuff. I'm still really excited about it. So I do have these seven overspent categories. They're all from my paycheck deductions that, again, I just do not cover ahead of time. I just cover them as they come anyway. So just to quickly do that, boom, they're all covered now. And you can see what those deductions are. Next, I want to put in how much I contribute to my 401k. Okay. So this is how much I've contributed year to date, which is over $7,000. By the end of September, I should be getting to the halfway mark in terms of my contributions, and I'm super excited for that. And I'm really excited to be done contributing to my 401k because it is a huge chunk of my paycheck each month since I'm playing catch up. The next thing I want to do is go back to getting on track with my stretch goals. So you can see this amount isn't exactly what like ynab's telling me to put in. And that's because I'm just going to put in this total available into my personal savings goals outside of my 401k. And then once I'm done contributing to my 401k, go back to focusing on my stretch goals. But I do have to pay myself back for the little advance I took in my savings to like cover some of last month's spending. With that done, I can start getting into my core spending. So my rent and my renter's insurance were covered by my last paycheck and they've already come out. I have paid $55 last month in utilities, and that is like shockingly low to me. I was told I'd be paying about like $100 a month, but I haven't hit that any of the past months I've been living here. So I don't know if I'm just gonna get a surprise bill in one month or yeah. So far though, I'm like happy with this number and might update my goal to be lower if this is consistently just the low amount I end up paying. These two categories can be covered by other paychecks when they come up. I do have what's remaining on my transportation card in here, and I want to get this number up to $60. I have not been spending that much on personal transportation, and I want to be spending more. I want to be leaving the house more. I just don't really have anywhere to go. So hopefully doing this just like encourages me to be like, let me go somewhere random and see what's happening. With work transportation, which I do get reimbursed, I have been spending a considerable amount and I'll probably be spending even more going forward because I like going into the office. So, yeah, and if they're covering it, why not? I'm excited. So, yeah, it is just a little annoying to have like it's not covered up front, it is reimbursed, so it does affect like my budgeting, which is like the one thing I'm holding back on spending so much in this category, even though I get it reimbursed. I just don't like to like wait and like also have the mental step of having to go through the process. I still haven't even put in any of my reimbursement requests. I'm so like nervous to ask. So yeah, I need to get over that nervousness. I once had like a $400 bill that I was supposed to get reimbursed, and I was like just nervous to ask. And so I never asked. And yeah, I never ended up getting that reimbursed. So yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I'm pretty sure it's too late to ask now. That was like several years ago, but yeah. So, for my diet, before I assign anything into this category, I want to talk about the activity that's been here. This is from one day of food, and I ate out. I ate out at a restaurant, or I got delivery from a restaurant, and I got delivery from Jack in the Box. And this was just a one day I spent over $75 on food. Why am I eating out so much, and why am I spending so much eating out? Okay, well, the reason is my fridge is broken. I had to throw out all of my frozen foods and all of like my groceries that I recently bought, which was so sad for me because I was really happy with the stock I was building up in those categories. And because it's still not fixed, I really can only eat out. It doesn't really make sense for me to buy more groceries that I cannot, properly refrigerate. I am spending more though on the deliveries than I would like. It's just because whenever I get delivery, I'm always in the mentality of like, get what's gonna make you happy because this is already gonna be a lot of money, whether you're just like sticking to just like an entree or not. So I usually get a drink and a dessert. So yeah, I mean, not good. I really hope this fridge situation gets fixed soon because it's really derailed my spending. Uh, yeah. But until then, I'm just going to add my normal biweekly amount for food and take out what's already available. The reason why I have leftover and what's available for here from here is because I had moved what was in my discretionary spending just into this category because I knew I would be spending a lot on food going forward because of the fridge situation. I want to get this fully funded. I have a lot of things that I've been waiting to buy for my bathroom, and I'm so excited that I have another paycheck. And like, I really like to wait to do my spending at the end of the month, but this is just something that I will definitely be doing like right after I film this video. So I'm excited for that. I am also going to fully fund this because work has been difficult, not in terms of the work itself, like I understand the problems at hand. It's just kind of the motivation to do the work is difficult for me. Oh my God. The motivation to do the work is difficult for me, and I haven't even been like in my career for that long. So I want to go connect with more people in my field because that's something that's important to me, like people. That's just like so missing from work right now for me, and it's really hard to like want to do the work when you're kind of in your room doing it by yourself. And yeah, I don't know. So I want to put $60 into this, and probably also that's something I'm going to spend pretty early in the month to at least have me going to some general work events in my area, or maybe investing in books that are going to help me with this motivation issue. For these other two categories, aesthetic expenses and social activities, I'm just going to fund them partially, like halfway. Um, I don't have anything planned in my head for what I'd need these for, and I don't want to make anything fully available to myself yet because I already know that might like encourage me to spend the whole amount like front loaded, and I'd rather wait till the end of the month to start spending in these categories if I have the wiggle room ultimately. I do want to fully fund my discretionary spending though, because it is what I use to cover overspending as it occurs throughout the month, or preemptively cover overspending, right? So let's say I do find a pair of shoes I want to buy and they're $100. I'll move $10 from discretionary into aesthetic expenses instead of having to wait for my next paycheck. And then, yeah, that is my system. And I think I'm good with my core spending. I could like fully fund more things, but let's just see what I have in to do in my sinking funds. Um, General sinking funds. Oh, yeah, I do have a scheduled transaction here for $300. So this is money I'll be giving to a family member to help them out. And I do have some medical appointments I've already set for this month. Nothing should end up costing me this much, if anything at all, because my insurance is really supposed to cover this stuff, but I don't know if that's on a reimbursement basis or what. I haven't used this insurance before, so I'm just gonna store things here and then if, I have leftovers, I can move it around later. I have this available amount. I'm gonna move this to ready to assign. So I already paid for this monthly or annual membership, and yeah, I can start like the ynab ideas to like start gradually building your memberships and stuff. So when the time does come, you have it all set up, but I could also just like one shot them. And I'm kind of more in the mentality of like, let me pick the thing I one shot each month instead of like squirreling away for these relatively low cost items for me. So that's not getting funded, but this needs to get fully funded. Oh no, not that. Friends. I have a friend's birthday coming up. So that, and I probably won't end up using all of that, but we'll see. And now with this, I was like thinking beforehand about like what I would do with what's left over. Am I ready to assign? So I was thinking because I could like start putting this a month ahead, but technically I haven't like funded all my spending for this month. So what I'm gonna do is keep this in a holding category. It's a holding category for this month spending that I don't want to yet put in these areas because they aren't needed and I don't want to like I like using my available amounts to, open my phone, see what's available and check that before I spend. But if I fully fund the month before the month, I might think week one of the month I have, $400 to spend on food when I really only want to be spending like $100 of that. So that's why I don't want to fully put this into like fully funding anything, even though I could. So I'm going to keep this in holding. And I guess the goal would be getting this holding amount to like 3,600, which is what I need for my core spending. And that would let me know when I'm actually a month ahead. So if at the beginning of a month I say I have 3,600 in my holding account, I'm like a month ahead and we'll gradually kind of diffuse that amount into these categories so I can think about what's available to me. So that is it for this video. I'm super excited because I really have, let's see how underfunded I am this month. So I'm underfunded by $600 and I have almost $200 in my holding category. So I'm really underfunded about like $400. Well, yeah, like $440, I guess, if I like try to do better math with it. So I definitely will be able to cover all of this with my next paycheck and then have even leftovers. And I think I really can get a month ahead this month, which is super exciting to me. So yeah, this isn't bad at all. We'll see how food treats me this month, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.